Hello, everybody, and welcome to our call. We're really excited that you can pop on with us on live tonight. And if you have any questions, be sure to pop them in the chat box. And if you happen to be catching this as a recording from a coach that sent it to you, be sure to ask any questions to them after the call is over. I'm going to introduce myself and start this call off for everybody tonight. My name is Sarah Kaufman-Bradstreet, and I have been a Beachbody coach for almost 5 years now. My coach anniversary will be on, I think it's on Veterans Day. That's when I remember signing up. So it's pretty exciting that I've been doing it that long. So I was going to give you a little bit of my story and how I came into coaching and what it's done for me and my family. So I started coaching when I was a full-time middle school choir teacher, and I was super busy. I was doing field trips with my kids, contests with my kids, challenges with my kids, all these different things. So I was really, really going all the time. And at home, I had 3-year-old boy-girl twins. So it was chaotic at work and it was chaotic at home. But I really enjoyed my full-time job at the time. And I also was doing a lot of running. I was getting into half marathon training and just getting really active and really embracing my fitness. It's something I'd always really enjoyed. But at that point in time, I was kind of taking it to the next level and always challenging myself and seeing what I could do next. So one day I got home from work and my husband said, "Hey, have you ever heard of this Beachbody thing?" And I brushed it off pretty quick because I had heard of it, like just a little teeny tiny bit. And I was like, "Yeah, I've heard about it, but whatever." And I kind of knew what he was going to say to me because he works from home, and I know he was always kind of looking for something to bring me home and bring me out of the 9 to 5 position that I had. So eventually he says, "I listened to this podcast and this lady was talking about being a Beachbody coach, and I think it'd be really great for you." And I was just like, "No way." I'm like, "Do you see my life? Do you see how busy I am?" I'm like, "I can't fit this in right now." And then he's like, "Oh, you should really do it." And my husband is super persistent. So he just kept pushing and pushing, and then eventually had me listen to the podcast he had listened to. And I heard a story, much like you're going to hear tonight, about how this business works and how you actually make money. And I got really curious because I listened to who is my coach now talk about how she had built a business that made it so she didn't have to go back to work at a corporate job and got to stay at home with her kids and be a stay-at-home mom. And I was like, okay, well, if she can do it, maybe I can do it. So I went and found her on Facebook, and I stalked her a little bit and saw that she was advertising what is called a challenge group, which is something I'm going to talk about too. And I clicked on her post and I was like, okay, I want to do a challenge group. She got me all set up in there. And then 2 weeks into the challenge group, I was like, I love this. I want to do it. And I started doing the workouts that Beachbody offers. I started drinking Shakeology, which is a big part of what Beachbody offers. And it was something where I was like, this is something I need to be a part of. And I could see myself leading these challenge groups. So I hopped in, and she set me up with all the tools I needed to be successful to run my own challenge groups. And I invited my friends and family on board, and it just kind of snowballed from there. So over time, I've done my own challenge groups now for 5 years, and I've helped other coaches learn how to do it too. And I now get to teach part-time. So I teach 2 days a week now, and then the rest of the time is my time. It's given me this freedom in my schedule that I craved for so long, because teaching is just a go, go, go job, and it's exhausting. And I always thought, I can't do this forever. It's just too tiring. So this has really given me something that now I'm able to have this flexibility in my schedule and do what I want to do with that time. And what I want to do is help build this business and just grow and grow and grow and help other people do the same. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we actually do from day to day as a coach, because I think that's really confusing. You may watch us on social media and you see us post, our sweaty pics after we work out, and we post inspirational things on social media to try to get people just interested in what we're doing, curious. So we're always creating that curiosity along the way, but we're also trying to share tips and tricks with health and fitness and just give information to people too. But a huge part of what we do is we run online challenge groups. And a challenge group, I do them through Facebook. I believe McKenna, that you're going to hear from, does them through an app that Beachbody has. But if you run them through Facebook, it's just a secret Facebook group that you have, and people check in every day with their workouts, and they are set up with what's called a challenge pack. And in that challenge pack, they're getting set up with a year subscription to Beachbody On Demand, which is an online subscription program with over 50 different workout programs to choose from. And then they also get 30 days of Shakeology. So they're getting set up with their nutrition. And then they get coach online support with you, which is your online challenge groups that you run. So I think I kind of covered all that challenge group, the challenge pack stuff. If anybody's on here that has been in a challenge group, you can comment below if I missed something too. So it's kind of like you're setting people up with the ultimate solution. You're setting them up with fitness, nutrition, and accountability. And with those three things, you then get them the results they're wanting. So some people are in there to lose weight, some people are in there to gain muscle, and you're just setting them up with all of that. Now, I know that can sound super overwhelming, like, how do I run this challenge group? What do I talk about every day? How do I keep my people motivated? That's something that then we fall into place with as your upline coach. So we can help you run your first challenge group. We can teach you how to post in the challenge group. And then we even have really cool templates that we use that help us, because sometimes it is hard to come up with all that content. And even we have Beachbody offers templates, is what they're called, for those challenge groups. So when you sign up as a coach, the first thing you're doing is just talking to all of your friends and family and setting them up with these challenge packs. And that's how you build an income as a coach. You actually get 25% commission off of all of your sales that you make. So when you set somebody up with a challenge pack, you get a commission off of that. And then you're working after that to help them get those solutions and get those results, not solutions. So I think I covered it all. I was going to read this comment over here. And she's talking, like Andrea was talking about the app. So there's 2 different ways you can run challenge groups, but that's something we will help you work through and help you find the best fit for you. And that's what I really love. You can kind of do you build the business by setting people up with these challenge packs, but you get to choose how then you help them get the results. And I really love that freedom and flexibility that's offered there. So I'm going to send it off to McKenna, who's actually with Kinsey tonight, which is kind of fun. And she's going to talk all about that you don't need to be a health and fitness expert to do this business, and tell a little bit of her story too.
Yay! Thank you. So my name's McKenna, and I believe that I've been coaching for 4 years now. I think this summer was 4 years, so a little over 4 years. And Kinsey's my coach. And it's really funny because rewind 4 years ago, I was living in Salem. I own a salon, and I was working full-time in the salon. And days in the salon are super long. So I would work probably 8 to 10 hours, rarely had food breaks. I mean, I still don't, but I make them happen now. And I would wake up, I would go to Dutch Bros, I would get a muffin top and a white mocha, and I would go to work. If I had a break, I would run and get something downtown to eat and another coffee. And then I would get off work, and I was starving, and so I would go to Taco Bell, and I would get all the things, and I would binge eat. And as embarrassing as it is to admit, I probably had fast food 6 days a week, like every night for dinner. And I just didn't know any different growing up. When I was in cheerleading, my mom coached, and so we would have fast food for dinner after cheer. And I didn't know anything about nutrition. I thought I had to eat chicken and vegetables to be healthy. And so I ended up reaching out to Kinsey, and that's when everything changed. And so I joined a challenge group, and I saw that I could still have good food. And you're actually supposed to eat throughout the day, shocker. And I just learned to find healthier alternatives to my coffee and not go without, and live a life of balance. And so that was like a huge game changer. So when she reached out as I was in the group and asked if I wanted to coach, I at first was hesitant because I was like, I don't know everything about fitness. I don't know everything about nutrition, but I had learned these simple steps and these simple principles to follow that Beachbody gave to us. So Beachbody gives you all the tools you need And if you follow those simple principles, you can help your customers and challengers do the same. So I didn't know anything about nutrition except for what I learned through Beachbody, but I knew it was working and I felt amazing. And so I knew I could do that. And when it came to fitness, I grew up being active, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing at the gym. That's why the gym didn't work for me. But I knew that everything, these workouts, the trainer creates everything. So you don't have to be a fitness expert. You don't have to know it all. Our job as a coach is to connect the person's goals and help them find a program and a meal plan that will help them reach the goals. The trainers will do the rest. They come up with the workout plans and the meal plans and everything. You're just there to help. So as long as you're coachable and you're willing to learn and have a heart for people and helping others, that's all you need in this business to be successful. So that's it on that. I'm going to hand over to Kinsey.
Okay. All right. Let me pop over my notes here because I want to make sure. I'm going to go over all the nitty gritty and numbers, things people always want to hear. But McKenna's so right. It's like no one comes in, few people, very few people come into this business as fitness or nutrition experts. We come into this as people who just want to make changes in their life. So we're all three a perfect example of that. And I'll just share a little bit about my story. My name's Kinsey. I've been a coach about almost 5 years, I guess. In January it'll be 5 years. I came into this business a little different than Sarah, but Sarah is my coach, and I'm also a twin mom. So I just started noticing Sarah more and more on my social media feed when she was having twins because I thought it was fascinating. And then I had twins, and then I followed her even more because she's running and being active. And we had moved back to Oregon from living in Hawaii for almost 9 years. And I just was in a slump. I just felt my twins were one. And that whole next year, I just tried to go to the gym and pedal my kids to the gym daycare, and just was not working for me. I wasn't getting any kind of results. And so one day I just saw a post that Sarah had on Facebook inviting people to join her in this kind of virtual fit club, this community online, and it was her challenge group. And I was just like, sign me up, but sign me up with the cheapest option, because I was like, I don't want those shakes, and I just want the cheapest workout program that exists. But I went in still, even though I was reluctant about the products and the programs, I still went in with the intention of making changes. And I dove into the meal plans that she provided, and I ended up getting incredible results in my first month. And actually in my first 40 days, I lost about 12 pounds. And I loved the community because, like I said, we had relocated back to Oregon, and I had a struggle with just being in that toddler mom stuck at home life. I had a struggle with reconnecting with old friends and finding people, I could have that community with. And that's really what I found in this group, which was what really attracted me to this platform that Beachbody had. Now, she had approached me a couple times about being a coach, and I turned her down. I was so busy at that season of my life, not to mention just having twins. I'm also a labor and delivery nurse. And at the time I worked full time. I work part-time now. I work night shift, and I commuted like almost an hour each way to work. And I was finishing my bachelor's online. So I was like, no, I don't want to sell anything, first of all, and I just don't have any time, even if this is something that I really wanted to do. So she gave me some space, but then was still persistent, and I'm so glad she was, because I thought to myself, you know what, if I'm going to continue on and being in her challenge groups because I love the results and the support in the community, why wouldn't I just go off and help some of my friends and family feel as amazing as I felt? That was my perspective then. I was like, and maybe earn a little extra money for date night on the side. That was truly my intention going into this business. And I had heard different things about income potential, and I was like, that could be something down the road that maybe I'd earn a little bit more money, but it wasn't my intent going in. But I just love the community, like I said, and the results. And I really was that person that just wanted to share it with everybody. So I did decide to sign up as a coach. And what I learned after signing up is that, our team, we are all a team, and we help our coaches get started right with really simple trainings and teaching them that it's really just about being a proof of the product and sharing your journey on social media in a really non-intimidating way. I think we can overcomplicate that a little bit, but it's really just about showing up for yourself and sharing it with other people. So that's kind of where I started in my journey with Beachbody. And 4.5 years later, we're here. McKenna and I are actually headed off to a leadership retreat tomorrow for the top coaches in the business, and we're so grateful to be able to be in the room with just the best of the best. And it's completely paid for by Beachbody. So the things that have happened over the last 4.5 years are things I never would have imagined. But because I had belief in the company and belief in the products and belief in myself through my coach, Sarah, we're here where we are because of all of those things. So besides that, I'm going to go into a little bit of what people always want to know is what it costs to get started and how you make money. Sarah touched on that a little bit, but I'll just cover, first of all, what it takes to get signed up as a coach. So there's a $39.95 sign-up fee to just join to be a coach. And when you sign up to be a coach, you get 25% off all products Beachbody has. So that's a pretty great incentive right there. There's a lot of people who just sign up to be a coach because they want to earn a discount, kind of like a preferred customer. But if you sign up as a coach and you've already purchased what Sarah was talking about, a challenge pack, which is your fitness, your online fitness library, plus the Shakeology or some other nutritional product, if you sign up with a challenge pack, your coach sign-up fee of that $39.95 gets completely waived. So it's literally free when you sign up with a challenge pack. There is a monthly coaching service fee, and this covers things like them handling your website, orders. We never deal with credit cards or people's money or anything like that, which I love. It's all super streamlined through Beachbody, and that $15.95 a month, that coach business fee, is what that goes to. So there's a $15.95 a month fee. That's it. It's pretty low risk entry, if you ask me, and you can cancel anytime. There's no fee, no repercussions if you decide to cancel your coach account at any time. There's also no sales requirements or quotas you have to meet. Like I said, you could simply sign up just to get that 25% discount if you wanted to, or sell to a couple of friends and family, get them started with some awesome workouts and some good nutrition, and maybe, like I said, earn enough money in a month to cover date night, or earn enough money to supplement your full-time income. Where you take this business is completely up to you, and us as your mentors, if you do decide to sign up, or your coach with your coach that you'll sign up with, we're here to take your goals and align it with what you want out of this business and make a plan to get you there. So we cover the $15.95 fee, the 25% discount, and then Beachbody also gives back to our military families, and this is a really cool thing that they do is any active military duty people, veterans, reservists, their spouses, military widows, all of those people, if they meet any of those requirements, can actually sign up as a coach 100% free. They have no coach sign-up fee, and they have no monthly coach service fee of the $15.95, which is so awesome. So even some military people just like to sign up because they want 25% off their Shakeology, and that's awesome. So I'm so glad we have that little perk to offer our military families. So I think that about covers it with what it costs to sign up. The other thing I want to talk about a little, I'm just going to touch on very, very quickly, is how you earn an income as a coach. Sarah touched on this a little. You're obviously getting people started with products and programs to help them get results in their health and fitness. That's your 25% commission that you'll earn as a coach. But you'll also, if you decide to build your team a little bit, which we would help you do, you start to earn what are called team cycle bonuses. You can also earn matching bonuses. And these things depend on the amount of volume that your team cumulatively brings in. What I love about Beachbody is there's no caps. McKenna's, a coach under me, but she can earn way more money than me. There's no I guess people go to the classic triangle scheme thing. I have just as much income potential to earn as much as Sarah or more. So it really doesn't have to do with where you are in your business. We all start from the same place and have all the same potential to grow our income. So that's kind of it as far as the nitty-gritty goes. Were there any questions in the chat box about any of that stuff? No.
And full disclaimer, she does drink the shakes now.
Oh yeah, of course, yes. I drink Shakeology now. I had to wait till my husband started drinking it, and then I was like, he's getting really good results with this stuff. I should probably drink it too. No, I'm a full-on believer of Beachbody and their products because they really do. I mean, they're just top of the line. They're what's the term? Responsibly source their products, yep. Which is also why their price point is a little bit higher too. I think people get scared away by the price point, but their value of what they have in their products is bar none from what's out there in the market. And it took me a little time to see that value in the products, but not too long.
What do you do?
Oh,
Apper. I personally do both. I do some in the app and
So
some on Facebook.
The question was, how do you
Oh.
run your challenge groups? Because Sarah had touched on some people run them through Facebook and some people run them through an app that Beachbody it has for free that you can use. For me, I'm like the old school because I was around before the app existed, that I'm kind of tried and true to Facebook, but a lot of coaches, you know, it's kind of it's preference, and it's cool that you have that option. Because I know a lot of people aren't really into Facebook nowadays. It's a lot more on Instagram, and some people don't have Facebook, so the app's a great option for them to participate or run a challenge group. Good questions. And the groups themselves, you know, some groups can run 30 days, 60 days. Some people have ongoing challenge groups where they just have it open kind of like a virtual gym setup where you're just always in there with your awesome tight-knit fit community and you're always just cheering each other on and welcoming new members. It's really fun.
Like Kinsey mentioned, it is what you make it. So Sarah also touched on it. Like, this is your business, so you can choose how you want to run your challenge groups and how you want them to go, where you want them to run. That's part of being a coach that you can customize to yourself.
Mm-hmm. I know we have coaches on our team who run more faith-based groups, and there's teams who run like our Disney freaks, and they have like themed groups. And so it's just, you know, sky's the limit on however you want to run your challenge groups, and you just kind of develop it over time and what you like to do. So awesome questions. I think, Sarah, did we miss anything?
I don't think so. The only thing I was going to touch on too is I know it can feel really overwhelming when you come into a business like this and kind of hearing us talk about how you get to choose how you're going to do it. We will show you exactly how we do it. And that's kind of what I did with my coach. And I looked at exactly what she did and I did it. And then I changed from there. So I don't want people to feel like, oh, I can do it however I want to. That's too much. It's like we'll show you everything we do so it doesn't feel nearly as overwhelming, if that makes sense. You guys froze a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Are we back?
We're back. So
well,
I
had a question from a new coach recently asked me, she kind of gave me a few survey of questions, and she's like, well, what's one piece of advice you would give a brand new coach starting out? Like, if there's one thing you could go back on your own experience. And I said, I think what brought me success in the beginning was really being teachable and just knowing that I'm not going to know it all in the beginning, but I'm going to trust the people that have walked the path before me and be teachable and adaptable and, you know, listen to my leaders.
I think that's it. No, I'm not muted. Okay. So I think that is it. And I'm not pinned now, so I'll repin myself. And then if anybody has questions after you watch this, just be sure to message whoever invited you to this call or sent you this link, and they will get those questions answered for you. And I hope you all had a blast listening to this call. I know I always have a lot of fun when I get to hop on and just see my team and all those fun things. So, all right, I think that's it. Have an awesome night.